Hello. If you are in Unreal 5 and you're using Lumen, you can skip this video. But if you are in Unreal 4 or Unreal 5 and you're baking lighting, I'm gonna show you how you can bake lighting, how you can prepare custom meshes for baked lighting. So I imported these buildings here, and I'm just gonna hit build. And if you try that, you probably notice that it didn't behave as you expected. And the reason for that is because there are no Lightmap Uvs. So see what's happening here? Like, it looks very weird. So let's fix that. So when you bake lighting, you need to make sure your buildings have Lightmap Uvs, and it's very easy to do that. So select all the pieces that you're gonna export, because remember, in this case, all these pieces are gonna be combined into one. So select those pieces, go to UV set editor, create a new one and name it map2. And now you do auto UVs, hold shift, right click, go to layout UVs, and click on this little square first. And let's use legacy. This one has less bugs than the previous one. And you can use all these settings. So just hit apply. And now it's gonna create this layout. And if you press G, that repeats the last step, and you get a different result each time. So just press G a few times until you get one where they look like they're well distributed. And now let's repeat the process for this one. So UV set editor. Oh, there's another way to do this. Let me show this real quick. So you can press Control. So in the UV editor, press Control 3 and select all the faces. Go to UV sets in the UV editor, and there is this option here, copy UVs to UV set. And let's click on the square. And now we can name this map2. So that's gonna copy those UVs to the second UV set. And the second UV set is the one we're gonna use for light maps. So now we just repeat that. And a lot of times you can even reuse some of the UVs in the UV set too. But usually I just do auto UVs and then layout. And now we can re-export this. And just make sure that in the import settings, you don't have generate Lightmap UVs. Make sure this is disabled, because otherwise it's going to override your UVs. Let me disable this. I enabled them by accident. So disabled. And now we can re-import these guys. And just to make sure that things are working, let's go to the model window, click on UV, and you can go to UV channel 1. So if it looks correct here, you're good to go. Because otherwise, if you didn't import correctly, the faces are gonna be like, for example, UV 1, 0, you know, like this is the tiling UV. So see how bad it looks. Everything looks red and it's extended. And for the Lightmap UVs, you want them to look like this. They should cover 0 to 1. They should be in the square. And now if we bake, they are gonna bake correctly. There you go. And to make sure that, you see, like I'm getting some artifacts here, but this is from the Unreal Baker because I did install the GPU Baker on this machine, but with the GPU Baker that wouldn't happen. And if you go to optimization, you can go to Lightmap Density, and here you can see your light maps. So those are pretty low. Maybe that's why they have so many artifacts. And you can see here that the different objects, they have different scales. So let's fix that real quick. Like you want to have this stuff here, you want to have more resolution than the window. So to fix that, there is one quick step here that I forgot. So let's do auto UVs again, and then hit this button here, because then it's gonna place each piece as 4 meters. So basically this is gonna put everything in the same scale, and you only have to do this when you have several objects at the same time. So we do this, and now we can do the layout UVs, and now they're gonna have the same scale. So you see everything has the same density now. And because we want to have more detail on the flat faces here, we can increase the density in those faces. And because we separated them already, that's very easy to do. So select these faces and scale them up. And now select all of them again and do the layout UVs again. So now these faces are going to be bigger than the other ones. They're going to have more density. So as you can see, we have more density here than in the window now. And the last thing to set up here is the resolution. The light map resolution is really low right now. So let's change it here. So light map resolution, let's set it to let's try 128 first, and then this guy too. You have to be careful with this, because if you go crazy with these values, your bakes are gonna take a long time, and it's also gonna eat up a lot of texture memory. Your map's gonna get very heavy. So hopefully those artifacts should be gone now. Yeah, so now it looks much better. If we go to the light map density again, after we bake, we can see that we have a lot more resolution where we need. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot more to this subject, but with this basic knowledge, you should be able to make most of the map already if you're using static lighting.